Ladies and gentlemen, I am back and I'm live. Sorry for being a bit away for so long. I was listening to the music, as you can currently hear. There's a Journey tribute band up here in Dalton, apparently. I've so far been able to get every dang song they've been playing right as far as the names and albums, but I'm not here. I'm not doing this stream for the music. No, I'm doing it for the trains. I looked on the ATC board. There's one being lined through the diamonds right now. Monsieur Sir Bumps a lot, welcome to the stream. Shout out to Virtual Rail Fan, by the way. Oh, we've got a train coming out of Freeman on NS heading either to or from Atlanta. Then we've got CSX coming through from Tunnel Hill, being lined through, going towards Atlanta, going south. He should be here any time now. So, thus, the waiting game begins again. I've already got the Rebel switched over. I've already got the power shot away and it's battery charging, and I've put the Rebel on the tripod, so the night filming has begun. Or will be whenever I hear this train. Time currently is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, and I'm hearing Steve Perry's solo album music now. First song is Oh Sherry from Street Talking. Or not, I think that was the name of the album. I could be wrong, don't quote me on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep the stream up. If it picks up the music, I'm going to have to shut it down and delete it. But we got a train coming. I'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to have to keep talking. I can't risk it. Hopefully there's enough distortion in the air to make it so the music can't be picked up, but I doubt it. Besides, wherever that band's playing sounds like it's very close. If I can hear it from here, that says something. And don't get me wrong, if YouTube wasn't so strict with the copyright, believe me, I wouldn't mind it, but I can't take the risk. I'll just see what happens, and if anything, you know, I might delete the stream afterwards, just to be safe. This is one case where I'll have to wait to film the train until where it's pretty much right on me, so to speak. Like right when it's about to come into view, so the sound drowns the music out. Got a green on NS. Coming from either Knoxville or Chattanooga. CSX is live through first, though, so CSX is probably going to get the go-ahead to move first, and then NS will follow behind. So the traffic is picking up. I just wish I forget the guy's channel name now. I'll have to look at my email because it lets me know when someone's subscribed. But when I get his channel name, I'm going to put it in the description of whatever videos I post that I've pre-recorded with my camera. Because he's one of the people Delay and Block Productions met up in Tennessee. That was the first time I met him. So, yeah. Kevin, let me see here. Yeah, here's the ATC board and what I've got, what's coming so far. The scanner's down because evidently the person running it hasn't had a chance to come by and fix it yet, so I'm kind of in the dark. I've only got the ATC board, and even then, I don't have enough experience to know how to... You have to have prior knowledge to know what all of that means, so I'm walking blind, so to speak. say, I'll give that tribute band points. They're doing good. They sound good too, from what I'm hearing. Of course, then again, they could be playing bits of the actual music, throughout if they have to. That's not exactly all that unheard of. No, there is one little problem. If the train's coming but far off, it'll be indistinguishable until it gets close. It isn't a problem. It isn't a problem at all. Wait. Speaking of which, there he comes now. Hey, Emerald. Kevin Teagan. Bumps a lot, 500. Hope. Yeah, but CSX is coming at this time. Yep, it's either in this or CSX 1. Okay, I know I heard a horn. I'm not crazy. I heard one. Unless he stopped. No, it's still lined through. I can't see him. I heard him for a minute, but I couldn't see him. Yeah, there is a train coming. The problem is, it looks like it stopped further down the track. I could see what looked to be a headlight and crossing gates that were down further up. He's still line through, but he ain't moving. Maybe that's got the go-ahead or something. I don't know. I can't tell. Unless it's a local working the yard tonight. Hey, Kevin, is the music being picked up by this thing? I can't tell. Because I can hear it where I'm standing, but I don't know if the mic on the phone's picking it up. I'd imagine it would be, though. The more I think about it. Yeah, I can confirm there is a crossing signal that's activated further down the track and what looks like a ditch light flashing, but it looks like whatever train is activated, it has stopped. So either he's waiting or he's switching. I don't know. A little good. A little is better than a lot. It's showing CSX being lined through, but I'm not. I heard a train. And I'm seeing evidence of one just a few hundred feet, a mile or two away, but I can't tell if he's stopped or if he's moving. I know a crossing is activated further down, and I know I can see what looks like a flashing ditch light, but I can't tell if he's moving or why he stopped if he did in fact stop. I can't tell. It showed both CSX and NS getting clearance. So I don't know, maybe the train here on CSX is waiting for NS or vice versa. I don't know. Maybe. I love it. Tonight must be music night in Dalton because you got a tribute band playing Journey, and then over here beside this restaurant/bar, there's another little group band covering music. They were playing Aerosmith a few minutes ago, but since they're on the other side of the building, their music's being obscured, blocked out. I'm going to take the phone off the tripod to see if maybe I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Hang on. You're seeing Railroad becoming a running man. Let's see here. Anyway, yeah, there's the music I'm talking about. Anyways, that's not what I'm doing here. It's blurry, but you can see the crossing light and what looks to be a ditch light or a crossing. He must be stopped. Yeah, he is. All the signals are pointing red. All right. Well, that confirms it at least. So he must be waiting on that NS train to come through, or he's waiting for clearance to proceed north. That explains that then. What a hectic night. Hectic night. I don't even have to say the name of that song. It should be so common now that really everyone even on the Rail fan chat should even know what it is. Same with you guys. Just listen to it. You'll know. I'll just say this. It's from Journey's album Escape, and it's the first song you hear on the album, so I'll just leave it at that. Okay, he's got red. Just before the diamond, so he's waiting on somebody. So that train is stopped. That's now being confirmed on the ATC board. He is stopped. Out of curiosity, who else still in the live chat? It'd be nice if I could get an idea. It shows only one person. Anyway you want it, that's from Departure. That's from 1980. I've even seen the music video for that song. I'm glad to see you're able to join me tonight, Kevin. It's nice. I joked. It's like, let's see, I'm able to train watch, and then I've got some of the music that I love playing. So I'd say I'm having a nice evening. Even if I'm not at the concert, I'm just able to hear it, which is fine, you know. But I will say, tribute band or not, they're good. And it sounds like they've got quite the respectable crowd, too. I mean, the audio alone is enough. Heck, that must actually be just a few blocks away now that I'm thinking about it. That's got to be a few blocks away. Because if it were farther off, there's no way I'd be able to hear the music as clearly as I'm hearing it. Yeah, that CSX train's got a block on him. In other words, he's got a red signal. He ain't going anywhere just yet. He'll move though. They have to, otherwise there's going to be problems because it still shows him lined up through the diamond. He's got green through the diamond on the ATC board, but just before it, around just after Tunnel Hill South, he has got some red. I guess he's waiting for whatever traffic is from there to clear. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. There's a man sitting next to me. I tell you, there's a lot of music I like. Journey being one of the bands I like, but there's many bands I like from like the 50s into like the 60s, 70s, 80s, early 90s with the grunge, 2000s, and then adult alternative present day, but really. Let's see, what else are they going to play? Yeah, they must be having some kind of concert because there wouldn't be this much the amount because there would not be anywhere near the amount of traffic I'm seeing tonight. I think he's got ready to move. I just heard a horn. Yep. So there's lights. That song being played right now is Lights. That's from Journey's 1978 album Infinity. Good song. I remember it from when I was like 5 years old. Anyway, that train's moving out now. Oh, it's entirely different. Tom Hick. Got some green on NS towards Atlanta. Oh, whatever it is. Our train's leaving the side and I'm going in the opposite direction. I can't tell where, if that's here or elsewhere. Power Shock's battery is now recharged. I'm hearing another horn, but I can't tell if that's NS or a CSX. Now NS is going to get run through next. They clear through Dalton here. They should be arriving soon. Maybe it's in a second. Boston Transit, what's up? I'm glad you can make it back. Oh, same train? Thank you, Kevin. I guess that Journey tribute band just concluded their concert then, because I'm no longer hearing them. I hope everyone who was there had a good time. I enjoyed just being able to guess the songs, because I haven't actually listened to them in about 1.5 to 2 years now. I'm glad I'm still able to remember them. If it were just me listening to them, I'd usually be able to think of the name and album they're from just from the actual instrumental bit, like the guitar riff in the beginning or something. I had to use the lyrics this time though because of it being so far off. Just created an echo there, boys. No, but regarding the train, Kevin, here's what I mean. I got green on in it on Norfolk Southern now, not CSX. I don't know, unless that's the one I'm thinking that stopped down there. It must be. But he's been stopped for a while now, and there's no telling when he'll move. I can't sit out here till 2 or 3 in the morning. He's flying through. He's coming. He must have just got the order to start. And this train just got clear orders to go through the diamond. We should start moving any time now. Oh, excuse me. more green on NS towards Atlanta. Between Hall and Reeves. And I've got green here at the Diamond from North Dalton to Walnut. Somebody's got a clear signal if somebody's going to move. The question is whom and when. By the way, this time I'm not going to freeze my rear end off. I've got jeans on, so hopefully I should be warm enough. And I'm hearing a band playing or covering Aerosmith at this point. Oh, I'm gonna walk down and look at the signals real quick. See what they're showing. See, there's 3 people here. Let me know who you are so I can say hey to you. You don't have to be a stranger here. I don't mind if anybody says hey. See, we got more likes than we. See, I've got more likes than I do viewers. Oh well, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Okay. Thanks, y'all. Okay, we got some red between Warren and Norton, so that must be that train then, if he stopped. Okay, so he must be stopped up there. He's still got clearance through the diamond. Between Norton and North Dalton, so got a clear block there, so what we can do now is wait and see what happens. Now I'm hearing planes. I wonder why. Okay, he's got red all the way through now. I'm hearing a horn. I'm hearing a horn. It's very far off, but it's coming. 2 to 3. And there's one coming now, so that's the third one. Shout out to Dossett Yard Productions. He's the one who was with Drayton over at DeLay and Block when they rail fan together up in Tennessee. Shout out to him. Major shout out to him. Glad I could meet you, man. You take care. We gotta run and meet. We gotta run and meet. That yard local is on the closest track. He's waiting for this guy to come through. And if you don't believe me, just look at his headlight. Well, there he is, right there. He's waiting for this guy to clear. This one's going to stop. I can tell by looking at him he's about to stop. So the intermodal just stopped. The local has stopped. We got ourselves a bottleneck, boys. We're gonna be seeing floodgate open soon. The waiting game begins once more. Hopefully it's a crew change. I'd imagine it would be. So that local that stopped right in front of the crossing here is probably going to blow and go once this sucker clears. He wouldn't be this close if he wasn't going to do that. It's just going to be more of a case of how long will this take. Tells you there's a train right in front of me. Oh boy. Okay, he just pulled up a bit. So we've got two NS trains here that just met here in Dalton right in front of me. So I believe this is going to be a crew change now that I'm looking at it. Or not. Hang on, he's counting down. I feel bad for the people stuck over the crossing. This is going to be blocked for a while. Nah, what they're actually probably trying to do is they're trying to get the crews transferred to different engines and whatnot. Because I think what's happened here is that both crews for both trains have reached their 12-hour limit. So they're going to have to try and get crews to take both of them home. I think this one's getting ready to move. He's testing his brakes. Hear the air distance for the lines. So I guess this intermodal is going to move soon. I would think, and he'll move after him, I guess. I just don't know when. When one isn't enough, now we got two. What is he doing now? You gonna back up or something? Just testing his lights, I guess. Oh boy, we got a lot of green, boys. A lot of green. Down to 9:18 p.m. Here we go. There we go, finally. Hey Styles, how are you? You just joined. If you just joined, the party just started. Things are about to get pretty interesting. Next one is the one that's literally right in front of me. He's going to move as soon as he gets the word. I already can tell. There's a lot of green on the ATC board. There was a lot of green on the STE board. Never mind. But the green now is for this train, I believe. I'm going to guess he's waiting for a crew change, I presume. I don't really know. Yeah. Here we go. It's about to move. I'm trying to wait for the drop. This one here is going out and making a siding walnut, so this works out. We're going to be having ourselves a field day tonight, boys. We're about to have a floodgate open if this sucker passes. 25. 925. He must be waiting for one traffic to come through before he can clear. That's my guess. He's got one behind him by the looks of things. All I can do now is wait and see what he's going to do. He's got to be waiting on somebody, surely. If you guys are curious what the sound is, what the idling engine is, try about however many horsepower you got in a diesel engine of that size, and you'll be there. You'll get your answer. So he's either waiting for clearance. So he's either waiting for clearance, or he's waiting to get for another train to pass him. And it's going in the same direction. One that must have higher priority. I mean, I'm only guessing here. The only ones who'd know better are the guys at the dispatch or the guys on that train in the cab. They know this better than I would. And before you ask, no, I'm not going to walk up and ask them. It's not that simple, nor am I going to do that. I'm not that crazy. That would be trespassing. That would be bad. So he's got clearance, I think, now. So I'm just waiting to see. Yeah, he's probably waiting for the signals here to change so he can get the go ahead. I just looked at the signal bridge. I believe the track beside him or the track he's on has got a clear signal. But I'm guessing. All I know is I looked and I could see green on one of the signals. All I'm able to do is guess. I'm in the dark about this. Literally, it's night. Nighttime. This, I tell you, the anticipation for this is killing me. I've never exactly filmed a train starting up from dead stop, so this should be interesting because he's going to have to give that He's going to have that engine give all the power it can. I've never filmed a train starting up from a dead stop. This is a first for me. And I know he's going to have to get every ounce of power he can get out of that engine behind that cab. So, this should be fun, and it should be loud, too. Either that or he's waiting on the other train to pass him. I see about 3 greens here, 2 in this guy. I see 1 behind him this side. I'll put it down towards Atlanta. He is a monster. He's got a lot of power on the head end. Just count the engines and you'll see why. Told you it would be a monster. That thing, no joke. That took me 6 times. That, no joke. That last half of the train took about 6 minutes to fully pass. The first half took about 11 minutes. So I was in line when I said that was going to be a monster. What's the amount of power on the head end? I wasn't all that surprised. Didn't need no DPU unit. No. I just drained my battery, so I've got to go and charge it quickly because it looks like a CSX train's waiting to go through the diamond. I may have to break the power shot out for this one. I don't really have a choice now. Red on NS. Green and red on the CSX between 2 blocks. One from Solid Hill. Now we got green and red in Warring. What is it? Boys, the bottleneck is, gentlemen, ladies, the floodgates are opening and I don't have enough cameras to film it all. Excuse me. Hopefully it'll take a while for them to get early on the trains to get clearance because I need to get a few more minutes of battery life back into that battery to catch the next train, and then I'll repeat the process of recharging it. That power shot ain't able to freaking film in nighttime conditions like this. Yeah. That sucker looked like it had, what, 7, 8 engines? Probably just at or around just one engine over the train I filmed in Roanoke that was of a similar length. Back on my first visit. It took about 16 minutes to pass. That one may have taken closer to 18 to 20 minutes. Oh no. Oh no! And the trains cometh. I no longer have a choice in the matter. I'm just gonna have to risk it. If it dies, it dies. Crud, are you kidding me? Screw it, I'll just have to use the power shot. I literally have no other option. Oh, crud. You know, it's bad when I'm breaking out every camera I've got. And before you ask, yes, I did charge that camera's battery well in advance of all of this. I know, Kevin, I know. Okay, I'm gonna let the power shot. I'm gonna use it for the duration of all this, while I let the battery for the Rebel recuperate. Hopefully, maybe over 2 to 3 minutes, it should get charged up enough to where I can use it again without having to worry about it dying in the, middle. loaded coal. DPU power coming up. I can hear it. There it is right there. Got two NS trains looking like they're going to try and go through the diamond next. Hopefully now I've got a little bit more power in my battery for the Rebel. But if I have to, I'll use the power shot. I've got a clear through the diamond. Red block right between it on CSX package. There's a clear line between Warren and Walnut on NS. Clear through the diamond on both ends. So we could be seeing another departure soon. And yes, that was a helper unit. That was a DPU or distributed power unit that was in the mid-train helper service at that point. Some trains have them on the end, some of them have them in the middle, and In one rare case, Conrail tried an experimental 300 car, 200 or 300 something car train and had helper units on the middle and rear end. Yeah, it was done. There's video of it. I can't tell if that's the horn of the other train or the one that just passed. I can't tell. Okay, I heard a horn just now, but I don't know if that's from the train that just passed. It must be. It's gotta be. Oh, the train looking like it's gonna come through now as it is. Time is 10:05 p.m. Oh boy. What the hell was that? I just saw some weird centipede type thing crawl up and then back under the deck. Hey, I actually eat. Hey, I bring my dinner up if I have to be up beside my computer. I mean, to be fair, I actually don't eat downstairs at the table anymore. I just normally eat upstairs in my room. Reason as to why, well, it's like we can't sit down without complaining to each other about how each other eats. My sibling complains I smack. My mom complains my stepdad growls while he eats. It's just, it's complicated, really. So I just have gotten used to eating in my bed, up upstairs in my room, really. Let me check that ATC board and see what's coming. That's that NS train. That's the only one that looks like it's got a clear for right now. I don't know how long it's going to take it to get here, so I've got plenty of time to charge the Rebel's battery. After that, I think I might call it I might turn in early unless there's another movement. I just hate that Dawson couldn't end up staying up long enough to see that what just transpired. Man, he could have I really, if he had have been able to stay up just a little longer, he could have caught that whole move, start to finish. That had to have been about 10 to 20 minutes worth of film regarding the train starting up and then completely passing. I know it took 11 minutes for the first half to pass, then I went and restarted the recording midway through so that I could get the rest of the train passing. And that took about another 6 to 7 minutes, give or take. So that is probably going to be closer to 16 to maybe even 20 minutes worth of film. That's going to be interesting to see during the editing process. And I did actually let my mom know that I was streaming and that she was welcome to, you know, watch if she wanted to. It's not only because I was just wondering if she was interested, it's so if she wants, she could actually keep an eye on me through the live stream. Because admittedly, my grandmother does the same thing in order to check up on me to make sure I'm alright, which is nice. All the signals for trains going in this direction are red. I don't know about ones going towards me. I can't see them. I was went to Miami Beach. Hey, we got a red block before at Hayden, Old Dalton. Still green through the diamond though, so yeah. This is Norfolk Southern trackage, mind you. Time is 10:12 p.m. October 23rd, 2021. I hear a horn. That's got to be him. Yep. I'm going to try and risk it. I hope that I've got enough power in the battery. I hope I've got enough power back in the battery for it to run. Or at least not to go dead until after the train is fully passed. I'll have the power shot also recording at around the same time as a failsafe, just in case. And I know I'm not crazy. I heard a horn just now. It's far off. It's got to be at that extra. Yep. This is a failsafe. My gamble paid off. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait. Is in the lull between trains, I'm going to just keep putting the battery onto the charger so that I won't have to worry about it dying midway through a recording. Check the map. See what we got. Good. There's only one red, and that's just before. That's where the depot here is. Okay. That's just for this block since that train just passed. Okay. I'll say this: that sucker was pouring off some smoke. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh wow, 11 likes on one video. Dave Robert Miner, what's up? Matthew, what's up? Dave and Robert Miner, welcome to the channel. I tell you, I've never seen this many new people show up to my channel all at once. I'm stunned. I will admit, not everybody is a mod. I mean, when I don't see someone who I have as a moderator or a name I don't recognize, I mean, really, it's nice to see of new faces. It's good to see old friends too, but New faces are just as good because, yeah, just, yeah. I'm going to have a field day tonight, that's for sure, trying to put all this stuff together. I've got at least 2 trains that are in like 2 different videos altogether. Not much, Rail Ash Up. You just missed what may have been a very high priority intermodal train that had a ton of UPS trailers on it. So I guarantee you that could be considered a get you fired train, and as everybody in Folkestone calls them. Supposedly, over in Folkestone, they heard from what rail fans have said. Wait, if the guy hauling that train is a minute late, you could get fired. And what I mean by that train, I mean like the train hauling a ton of UPS stuff. I mean that has to be transported as quickly as possible. That's people's mail, so of course you could get fired because if you're late, whatever needs to be taken care of is late with it. I don't know. I mean, I have a video from Folkestone that Danny Harmon narrated it. Even then, back when that was made, they called that such a high priority mail or intermodal train to get you fired train. Heck, I think that's still a thing over in Folkestone. I could be wrong. Of course, remember, I haven't been back since like 2014 or 2015, so yeah. And before you ask, yes, it really has been that long since I've last been to Folkestone. I was like 13. I was probably 14 or 15 when I last was there. So, yeah. And of course, as you can see, I mean, this town and Cordele have virtually replaced Folkestone as a train watching destination. Once we found out about Cordele and Dalton, well, that was it. Sort of put the nail in the coffin for Folkestone. And plus, with Folkestone, the last time we were there, the only places you could really stay at were in the cabooses and were the Chester caboose that they had, and whatever caboose was also in Folkestone at the time. I know there weren't a lot of places. I mean, there's a lot of reasons as to why my grandmother and I haven't gone back to Folkestone in the last 5 years. One is there wasn't as many places to stay the last time we were there, and there wasn't as many places to eat. I don't know if that's changed since then, but I mean, the thing is, sure, there's those little lodges, sure, there's those little cabooses and cabins that were built to lodge rail fans. That's one thing, but you got to have at least 1 or 2 genuine hotels for people who are coming with family members who aren't rail fans, like people like me, if I'm going down there, I'd probably have somebody taking me down there. And, I'm going to be the only one who's into the trains. So, I mean, sure, staying in the caboose is nice and all, but the thing is, it's cramped and, well, there's not really a lot of room. So, you do the math. With Cordele, you got a lot of options as far as places to stay, numerous options for eating, and well, there's a lot more train traffic and a lot more variety. You could go in just about any direction in Cordele or the surrounding area, and you'll be guaranteed train action in all the towns nearby. Plus, you've got an excursion train too, so you got that going. And then, of course, Dalton. Same thing, and then even Austell. I've heard of Austell for years, but I've never been there. And it really doesn't help that they no longer have a train platform there. Thanks, NS. Fools. Yeah, at one point Austell did have a train platform, but I don't know, for some reason or another, through politics or I don't know, something else, NS had them tear the whole thing down and close it. So, I really don't know. I really don't know what caused them, what happened to where it... I really don't know what could have happened between Norfolk Southern and the city of Austell to make them have pretty much bulldoze that platform, but yeah. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. Well, real last up, it'd probably be best to go. I'd say, I'd say try and time it so you could go on one of their annual Railfan weekends. I've heard about them, but I've never been able to attend them. But at the same time, I'd also try and go, not go during the summer. I'd try and go probably around this time, more or less, to where you're not burning up. And I mean, if you're able to stay in the chassis system caboose, no joke, you could literally walk across the tracks to the platform. But use the railroad crossing. Don't just walk blindly across the tracks, okay? And treat the railroad crossing almost like you crossing a street. Like the crossing's literally a crosswalk in the street. Look both ways. At least 4 times, you know? Look one way twice, look the other way twice, and then cross, you know? Just to be certain. Okay? I mean, I don't remember what times were best regarding the trains. All I know is back when I was in Folkestone, that was just before the whole PSR thing came about, to where there was far less trains. I've heard that Folkestone's taken a hit since that whole thing came into play. There wasn't as many trains. I mean, I don't know, though. Again, it's been almost 6 years since I've been back to Folkestone. I don't remember as to what times were the busiest. It's a long drive, though, too, especially for me, because that's practically all the way down towards Florida. I mean, literally, we went all the way to Callahan one time. So, yeah. But, I mean, I would check. I mean, my best advice would be to check with the local rail fans who are live closer to Waycross, Folkestone, Callahan, all those areas, and just ask them, you know, what are the best times. I mean, it's still a hub. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just for me, it's not exactly easy to get to, because it takes almost a day and a half to get there, for one, and then, you know, I mean, yeah, for me, it's basically like, I mean, because I live up in, I think, northeast Georgia, and that's all the way down towards the southern end of Georgia, more or less, close to the coast, closer to Florida. So it's not exactly a hop, skip, and a jump to get there. It's, I think, a 2, 3, maybe even 4 hour drive, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to go back. I really would, because I pretty much deliberately deleted all the video footage I filmed there from my last trip because of the fact it was so horribly shot. That's one of, I mean, if there was any place I'd love to go back to redo and do differently and do better, it would be Folkestone. I mean, hands down, it would be Folkestone. Because, frankly, the video footage I filmed from there was terrible. I wouldn't shut up. I wouldn't keep the camera still. I mean, to be fair, I almost looked and sounded like I was on some kind of drug or something, which I guess in a way I was, given that I was taking medicine for ADHD back then. But, yeah. Out of every place I've traveled to, that's the one place I would love to go back to do proper justice on. I mean, it's like Roanoke, for instance. We went to Roanoke only once, and the video footage I have from back then is terrible, but I was able to finally go back and do that entire trip justice. All you got to do is look at one video from my first trip and one video from my last trip, and you could easily see just how much my quality of filming has not only improved, but changed since then. So, I'll leave that to you. Okay, boys. We've got 2 more trains on NS. One coming in. Apparently, the whole line from Chattanooga is clear up to Warren, and then from the other train, it's clear from Norton to Warren, I guess. So, we're going to have us a field day tonight. Time is 10:35 p.m. I don't know how long it'll take for these 2 trains to get here, but Ellen said we'd give it till about 11, and if nothing else came, we'd be calling it. Well, I mean, rail lash up, if I'm able to get more confident in driving to where I can actually handle driving on the interstate and driving for long distances and driving in different states, well, I mean, I'd love to rail fan more. I, I, I've never really thought about that, to be honest with you. I'd love to rail fan up more, like, I don't know. I mean, I've always mostly rail fanned in the southern states, to be honest with you. The furthest I've ever been to film trains is literally up in Alaska, up in Skagway. That's literal, no joke, the farthest I have ever been to film trains. Hey, I'm looking at the ATC board. It looks like there's a third track from Chattanooga all the way up here. That's down there.
Well, I've been watching your live stream.
Yeah. Oh, it was great all the way from Chattanooga to about here. All I can do is this one is wait, I suppose. How's everything over at the bar?
Oh, having well,
Yeah.
North Dalton is.
I guess that way. I don't know where Norton is. So right down the track each direction, in one or the other direction. I don't know. And keep in mind, I'm not as. What?
No. Okay, well, I'm going to go sit in him and read and then what time is it?
10:37.
Okay, we're leaving it alone, whether it's here or not. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. Is that fine? Why aren't you cold?
Who?
That's because you got
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to finish my book.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Hey. Out of curiosity, could you see if anything's changed up in Folkestone? I'm just curious because we haven't been back in what, how long? I think I was 14 or 15 when we were last there.
That'd be 6 years.
I will say though, one other place I'd like to go back to and do proper justice on as far as filming goes is actually Savannah, if you can believe it, Savannah, Georgia. And it isn't because of trains over there. Oh no. I wouldn't want to go back there to film trains. Oh no. I'd be going back over there to film a very different kind of vehicle. Ships. The last time I was in Savannah, I was probably like 12 or 13. Somewhere around that age. I mean, I know it was just after I had gotten that Sony camera. Because I took that thing everywhere with me. It was like the one possession I never let out of my sight. But I'm guessing it was either when I was 12, 13, or 14. Whenever I got that camera, we went up to Savannah, and that was the last time I went as far as just for a normal trip. And, yeah, I actually had filmed all of the ship traffic I saw coming in and out of the port. And I remember vividly I remember standing out on our hotel room's balcony filming 2 ships that ended up passing each other in the dead of night in the middle of the channel. In the middle of the Savannah River Channel. They were blaring their foghorns at each other as they passed. I mean, it was just amazing. I mean, I tell you, that's that's the one thing I remember most from that whole trip was that one instance. And I actually, even after I had started deleting the video footage, I actually kept the one video I filmed at that event for a good few years after that. But, back then I never had a YouTube channel. I didn't realize I could actually back all that video footage up on a computer. So I just deleted all of it. I ended up deleting all of it. And that was like, maybe 1 or 2 years before I started doing YouTube, before I even made the channel. So, yeah. Funny story, actually. When I started the channel, originally it had literally had my real name. And after something that came up after we were leaving Hamlet, when someone asked me about my YouTube channel name for the first time, I realized having my real name wasn't exactly a good idea, so I changed it to what it is now soon afterward. And it's been that way ever since. That was, 2015 or 16 was the first time we went up to Hamlet, so that's when I made the name change to the channel. Yeah, Forrest Gump. That's right. Forrest Gump was also filmed in Savannah. Same with Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, and I believe a few other films too. I mean, Georgia's been well known for a well-known film spot recently, so I wouldn't be all that surprised if there's other movies there that I didn't realize or know about. Rail last trip, I really don't know. The first time I rail fanned further up the East Coast was recently when I went to see Jesse again up in his home state. I was able to rail fan the Northeast Corridor and actually film Amtrak again for the first time since my last trip to Folkestone. First time I was able to film Amtrak again was up in Virginia and Connecticut along the Northeastern Corridor. So, yeah, that was pretty nice, being able to film that passenger traffic again. Especially on the Northeast Corridor. I mean, that, as far as railfan terms go, is essentially a legend. Almost every well-known railfan from the 20th century has photographed or filmed trains on the Northeastern Corridor. And it's still a hot spot even now. I mean, it's like the Chicago racetrack where all the metro trains fly up and down the main lines. I mean, there's a lot of well-known places, but the thing is, I haven't been to them long enough to really get a good idea of the train movements. So my advice is, to ask around just ask around, as far as, let me try and rephrase this so my brain doesn't have a stroke. My advice is basically, go online and ask local rail fans in those areas, how the train traffic is and how often they run and whatnot. Ask questions like that, well before you end up going or planning a trip, so you know what to expect well in advance, That way you're not going into it blind. So, yeah, that's really all I can say. Time now is 10:44 p.m. Still got a green for north Dalton. So I'm guessing it's from that direction heading towards me. I guess. I really don't know. Again, I can't see what those other signals read. At least for facing the opposite direction. I know the ones in front of me that I can see now are red. I'm about to check the signal grid gantry right now and see what they're reading. Signal on the gantry is solid green. Green over red. That's for a train coming towards me. So that's confirmation for me that one is coming through. Just the question is when. It must be fairly soon. He's being routed through right now from what I can see on the ATC board. He should be here any minute now. Well, at this point, I know my battery for the Rebels has probably got enough power in it to get this last train. Speaking of that last train, here we go, boys. Once again, the last train of the night is on his way. I can hear him. He's bearing down and closing fast. Very, very fast. Right, that's it. It ain't over just yet. Let me check. Correction, it is over. There is nothing else coming. I'm going to leave before I see any more green. Right. That concludes this day in Dalton. And now the fun task of me trying to edit all this madness together begins. Oh, that's going to be fun, but I'll see y'all later.